like fake preachers at the end of the day, people who go in and rip off people at the end of the day, they use the Lord's name in vain to steal. I don't like preachers that do that at the end of the day. Because again, this hurts everybody. There are people who basically give up their last to a preacher for him to go in and spend it on what he wants to spend it on. But don't worry about it. God sees all that. God sees all that. So, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC, Crystal Edge Technology Screens, and Cardboard PC Kingdom. We first heard about this guy because he hangs around with Jamie, and I've seen him a few times with the rest of them, Partey and McAfee. And this guy came out and attacked our company for no reason at all. Came in and sent us nasty emails, cursing us out, contacting my phone, screaming and ranting, telling me that I was the scammer, that I've been ripping people off for years. This man is a fake, a fraud, and not a child of God in any way whatsoever. So, he doesn't have a church. He doesn't have a doctorate or a master's degree. He's not a preacher in any way whatsoever. He's faking being a preacher. But calls himself a reverend. He calls himself Minister Brotha Derrick. Let me go over here for a minute. Pull up my phone. Go to the side of a minute. So where's my Hotmail at? So let's get back to this when my account's coming up. All right, here we go. Let's go over here to search. These are emails we received from Mr. Williams. These emails, we got more than that will be coming over. We transfer a whole bunch over. But in these emails, he was cursed out, where he was harassing my company. There we go. Brother Minister Derrick Williams. But basically, he replied, came to our company, cursing us out. Not the way a preacher is supposed to act. Scamming at us, calling us scammers. Said we're full of crap. Contacts us again. Ranting and screaming and carrying on. We have him on voice recording contacting us. Posting, doing fake demonstrations against our products. So he's being brought to court for that. This shows that multiple times he's contacted our company with all types of curse words and everything else, just carrying on and acting up. We've got him on voice recording and contacting us saying that we're scammers, we've been ripping people off. When this guy has been ripping off the, I can't say church because he doesn't have a church. He doesn't have a church. At all, period. So we can't say that. We're going to be sending over the rest of the emails. I can go into my account and pull those up because we have quite a lot of them in there. And some of them get a little disturbing where he just really just went in on us and started cursing us out. But as I said before, he's not a preacher anyway. He's ripping people off. And the reason why we know this is because we looked up and on his Facebook account, found out he's from public housing, which is nothing wrong with that. But he's in public housing. And if you're in public housing, there is a record of you. Now, keep in mind, if you have a family usually, they go first. Single mother, kids, they go first. And then, the family, the father's with them. As long as he's with her, he can get in. But by yourself, no. Unless you have some kind of disability or something like that in the day, something really serious, and you get on that list, but you won't go in as fast as the rest of them will because women and children come first. That's how it works with that. I got people on my account, that's why. So we're going to go in. We're going to pull in a lot of messages we received from this guy. And these messages were he harassed our company, sending over 800 messages to our account on just about everything where he said nasty things about my cat, my mother, and everything else you could possibly think of. We have messages that were sent to addresses all around the neighborhood where he wrote out where we were working with explosives in the garage, all kinds of stuff. Person is not a Christian in any way whatsoever. Now, questions we got to ask you, Mr. Williams, and I've asked you this multiple times before. Where's your church? Where's your degree? What kind of doctrine do you have? Do you have a master's degree? Do you have a bachelor's degree? Where's all this stuff at? If you have a church, where is the church located at? You don't have a church. It seems like you've just been ripping people off. That's what you've been doing. So we come over here. Let's go over to right here. This is Mr. Derrick, what's on YouTube like. And as he says he's a minister. He's not a minister in any way. Another point says he's a reverend. He's not a reverend either. On top of that either, he has no requests, and multiple times is no information on this. The background of this is all fake. It's not real. Let's go over and hit the more button, see what comes up. So you can see right here, he tells a story right here, trying to help people become Christians. The channel was dedicated to getting people to put God and Jesus first in their lives. I want everyone to walk with God and Jesus and come worship. And if you notice at the bottom, there's no come worship. There's no address there. There's no address for a church. There's nothing there at all, period. There's not even an email, a website, or anything showing that maybe he's doing an e-commerce. People do e-commerce online churches. Just nothing there. Just nothing there but a PayPal link to send money for donations. And there's another one there for Cash App that has the word Reverend next to it, abbreviated with a money symbol. Let's look at the PayPal. I'm going to do this again. We'll go to PayPal. Let's see what it's asking for. See if it's asking for donations. And we already asked for this before. We're going to go in there and ask it again. Get a fresh one. Put it in here. Hit that button. See what they want. Oh! What happened? Site's missing? Well, here's the problem you have here. We got it here. Yeah. Mr. whatchamacallit. Just in case if you decided to remove it, we have it here. This is where it came from, your site asking for donations, because I pre-recorded that already on the other video. We knew you was going to come in and try to remove it. Bust it. Not going to help you, buddy. Not going to help you at all. Asking for donations, credit or debit card. Mind you, this is why we recorded the other video. Came in, he probably was in the room and said, oh shoot, let me delete that. You guys are stupid, didn't they? Why do you delete stuff that we already got recordings on? I got a ton of pictures in my phone already. That's why we document everything. So he's asking for monthly donations from people to probably pay for his rent and his e-bikes and whatever he's spending on. Now you're going to have documents on everything, every receipt on everything, and they're going to dig far back, man. You're going to wish you didn't exist. Look at this. Let's go back and check that again. I'm going to make sure we're going to check that one more time. Make sure that's not there. We got to copy and paste here, right? Let's make sure we got the whole source here. Make sure we got it. I want to make sure we don't make any mistakes here. Let's get this whole thing. Let's take all of this. Make sure. 1%. We'll be sure on this. Let's hit this here. Let's take this one out. Let's go in and grab this one. Let's put this in here. We'll be 1% sure. Make sure we got this right. All right. Let me see what this one brings up. There we go. Got it down wrong. My fault. Came back in. We got it right. We got to get the whole thing. So this is what comes up on the link. So basically, he is asking for donations. I told you he was asking for donations. So how are you asking for donations? You don't have a degree as a preacher. You don't have a degree as a minister, a rabbi, a minister. None of them. You have nothing there. We've requested for your documents. There's nothing there. And you're asking for monthly donations from people. Donate with a debit or credit card. Wow. Make this a monthly donation. Make this a monthly donation. Just as worse as preachers that go out there and do fake healings and rip off people, rip off the old, rip off people that may have cancer, people have diseases. They're hoping that you be able to help them heal them. You're a scammer. Let's go over here. Let's bring up your Cash App. Over here, get the Cash App. We've done this already. We'll do it again. It's Cash App. Cash App, which says Derrick Franklin. Different name this time. So you said us. You saw that. So when you put down us, it means you're not working alone. You're working with somebody else. So they're going to take it to both of you. Because we got down here Reverend, unless your name changes for some strange reason, we got down Reverend Brotha Derrick and Derrick Franklin. So what's going on there? So basically, you're taking donations from people for a church you don't even have, that doesn't exist. For saying that you're a minister, something that you are not, you're a scam artist. Now, let's go over here. Let me see what we got here. This is the host button right here. So let's hit the host button. So what happens when we hit the host button? What comes up? Gonna copy this. Let's go over here, hit the host button. Host button means he's hosting a servant. It means you can go in and watch the servant him preaching about the Lord. Now we got the PayPal link here. So you see that right? This is us right here. Minister Brotha, he's talking about himself right here. And there's nothing else there. So there's nothing else here. Nothing else. So if we got e-bike here, and we got this for the YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated. It's the same channel we came back from. Let's click on here and see what it takes us to. That takes us back to the same place we came from. So that can't be it. Because we just came from here. And in here it's just him ranting and carrying on and acting up. So there's nothing there. Alright. Let's go back in. Now, the biggest problem you have here, Mr. Derrick, is documents. That's your biggest problem. The fact you are collecting donations, you are taking money from people. And they're going to ask you for these documents. And ask for your bachelor's, master's degree, what college did you go to, where did you graduate from, what year did you graduate from. They're going to answer all those questions first. Where's your church located at? What do you have? Any deeds you own the church? Do you have a lease on the church? We need to see all those documents. They're going to be to ask exactly, again, your credentials about what school you went to. Again, graduated, time, year, all that has to come up. So if you don't have any of this information, they're going to start trying. You're going to be charged with impersonating a minister, and this means you're going to carry a 3-year prison sentence in jail, up to 12,000 something, 12,000 in fines or something like that. But anyway, that's what you're going to face. Now, that's not the worst of it. When we get a hold of you, this is when it gets bad, because again, we got your letters over here, and this shows that you use the United States Postal Service to commit crimes. Which again, you have 5 letters in there, and each letter carries a 20-year prison sentence. So you're looking at that right now. The fact that we know you're from public housing means it would be no problem trying to figure out where you're at. All we have to do is just send over from the attorney the dockets. And the dockets are basically the charges we had to file against you for these charges. And also send over any proof they would need. We'll send over everything they need to prove that you have committed these crimes against my business. And we've been trying to track you down. Also, too, involve IRS. Because again, you went in and you made money. You made a lot of money. Who knows what you made. But you made money on something that you are not. That's like me trying to open up a school to become a dentist. And I'm not even certified to be a dentist anyway whatsoever. And people went to jail for that. You heard about them people wanting to give people veneers and all that stuff like that. They went to jail for that because they were not dentists and they hurt people really bad and charged a lot of money. You're worse. You're a preacher, but you're not one. And you went in faking to being this preacher and you took money from people. Now, who knows who's sending that money over? It could be anybody. It could be an old woman who's sending her very last over. It could be anybody. And you took that money and you spent it on things that you wanted. That's what you did. Because unless you can show proof that you have a church and this is where the money went to, you're in a lot of trouble. Unless you can show proof that you're actually certified to be a minister, rabbi, or a preacher, or any one of those, you're in a lot of trouble. Let's go over to your channel over here, your Facebook page, where you're at right now. Okay, this is where it stays right here. Oh, you may want to stay in the room for this one, buddy. Because this is going to get you in a lot of trouble. Now, see right here? This is a little information he's been putting out. He's been putting out these telling people these little videos he's been putting out, grabbing money from people, playing on their weakness. Because you got people who are suffering from depression and all these things at the end of the day, and they bump into this scum at the end of the day, and this guy rips money off of them. He don't care about them. He just rips them getting money out of them. Life has an interesting way of catching up to you. Now, you can sit there and say, Mr. Williams, well, you're a man of God. Yeah, I'm a man of God at the end of the day. I wouldn't let this stuff stand at the end of the day. This Old Testament, I would have threw you in a pit and stoned you to death, along with everybody else. This is disrespect toward my Lord and Savior at the end of the day. Disrespect. You're going to go in and steal from God at the end of the day. Steal from Him. Rob people, rip them off, act like you're two different people. You're just as worse as those preachers out there who claim they can heal people at the end of the day and rip them off. That's disrespect toward my Savior at the end of the day. And they got a nerve to attack me, a man who serves God, and sit there and say that, oh, I'm a fake, I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing, that I've been ripping people off and carrying on. And you've been doing all this nonsense for this long? Who knows how long this was going on? Got a nerve to call himself Brother Minister Derrick. Look at that. And not even a minister at all, period. It's happened in 2022, April 2022. So we're gonna I'm gonna bring up fraud charges against him. So we got time. We got time for fraud charges, definitely. Statute of limitations on fraud charges. Statute of limitations is 6 years. You have 6 years to come get you. You did this in 2022. I can come get you. Paperwork going to be filed. First thing, after the holidays are up, we're going to go file against you. As fast as possible. Yep. We got mail fraud and wire fraud, so you guys are involved in mail fraud too. So mail fraud is something he committed when he was contacting our address and carrying on. So we got mail fraud on him right there. Definitely. That's one of the ones we have right there. Yeah, so this is all right here. Yeah, you're in this category. Yeah, mail fraud's in, and basically fraud is up there. Yeah, so you easily can get you on those. 7 years. So that means you did this in 2022. So that means that in 2022, we still have access to you. Yes, we do. That'll rhyme perfectly. If you claim to be a minister. Your face right next to it. Boy, that's open and shut right there. We got his face right next to the crimes. Let me get a shot of this. So yeah, I'm going to file charges against you for basically impersonating a priest and ripping people off. And if you're going to sit there and say at the end of the day, oh, you're not a Christian if you do, well, am I not a Christian if I don't do anything like that? I don't support the devil, I support God. So you right there don't deserve to keep this hidden under a rock so you can continue to do what you do. That shouldn't be right. Make sure we can get the whatchamacallit here. And since we know exactly where you're at over in Baltimore, Maryland, you're in a housing system over there on the west side. It shouldn't be hard to dig you up. Their files all linked together. Because we put down Derrick Wilson, we put you down your name. That could be anybody, but we have your face. And that'll match you easier. So they're going to go into the system and they're going to find, because you have to show photo ID. When you get in those houses, you must show photo ID to get in them houses. And your photo ID picture is going to pop up. So what that means? That means that they're going to start an investigation, that you're running an illegal church. And they're going to ask for your documents also, which you don't have. And that means you wouldn't boot off that property. Before you go off that property, we'll let you know that there's some agencies are going to contact you about where this money's going at, How much of it you've been collecting? How long you've been doing this for? How many years? No. You can put down the video. Minister Brotha Derrick. Oh man, that's even worse. Give me. I'm gonna get shot. So he recognizes that's him. In court, the first thing says, do you recognize that is you? He got the cash out. And you can see right over top of him, asking for donations. PayPal has the donation link to it. This is the PayPal page. Sorry about that. Asking for monthly donations. As you can see, make this monthly donation right here. Asking for donations. Asking for donations by debit and credit card. So what you're going to do is go into your account and start looking stuff left and right. And also to start seizing any records to make sure to how far this goes back. You can see on his Facebook page, he identifies as Minister Brotha Derrick, as a minister. And this is the church. Problem you have there is that you can have, well, those people are saying, well, hey, you can have a church in your home. Yeah, you can. You can have a church in your home. You can. I've seen you have a church in your home. But you got to be certified for all that. You got to be certified. You got to have those documents. At the end of the day, prove that you are this person. Because that means anybody can do that. Anyone can open up a church and say, I'm this person, and not be that person. You got to be certified for all that stuff. That's why people who go to do hair and stuff like that, and say, "Girl, you should go to school for this." That's why they go to school for it. They go to school to get a certification. And that way, certain cosmetics that you can't get, they can get it because they're licensed to have it. This is why if they're basically going to run a building, any kind of building for work like that, they're going to request for your certification. They're going to request for it. I know about that because there's a building I was looking at. I think about converting it over. It was a hair salon, converting it over to an office. And the guy was like, well, you know, hey, if we let you use it, we can't let you get that conversion. We can't do anything about it. But even if you wanted to do it for nail and makeup, and at the end of the day, you're going to have to show, a license, certification that you have are in that field. So he can't even do that, period. So you talk about God. Anyone here? No. Clearly shows him in the video down here just dancing to the music. That's it. So you can see here at the bottom corner, right here, you can see him in the background doing no servant whatsoever, just in the background dancing.
Alrighty, I'm on Facebook now. How do I see myself live? See right now? How come I didn't get notification saying I'm live?
Because you're alive. You're live right now. Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah. There you go. That tells you right there, you did not graduate with any degree whatsoever. If you press live, you're live. You're actually live right now. That's what you are. Like, we're live right now. He's on live.
Does anybody understand? Anybody understand Facebook? Where am I at?
I couldn't make this if my life depended on it. I really couldn't. I could not make it up if my life depended on it. You've got to be kidding me. He doesn't know he's on live. It literally says he's on live. He's live right now, on live. And he doesn't know it. Let me explain something to you. You're out of yourself already from there. Preachers, for as long, and that's how to figure out how far he got his doctor. He didn't get any degree at all, whatever. They know how to work Facebook. They know how to work social media. You know why? Because they learn. It only takes about a minute to learn. Less than a minute to learn how to basically learn how to operate live. That's it. Where to press at on the movie reel. If you're going to do a reel, or we're doing live, hit that, and then boom, that's it. You put your information in the description box, what it's going to be, and that's it. Oh my goodness.
I'm live. Why am I not showing up in the live?
Why is he not showing up in the lobby? You would be showing up in the lobby. You're live. You're the host.
Why am I not seeing myself? Where am I at?
Oh my goodness. No, this can't be happening. Did you really? You can't. The only way I can show up in the lobby is I got a second phone. Now, my second phone, I can drop into this lobby right now if I wanted to. Because again, I have a second phone. But if you're the host, you can't show up in the lobby. That's virtually impossible. That's like being at two places at the same time. Oh my goodness. I can't believe I actually heard someone say that. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to finish this, but that's This explains why your education doesn't go that far. Because again, the letters that and again, people say, oh, you disrespect. He's not a freaking reverend. He's nothing. He's not a reverend. None of that at all, period. He's not even a man of God. He's not even that. He's a fake and a scammer, a rip-off artist. That's what he is. But a person who said he went in and got a doctorate degree, he didn't got none of that at all, period. He doesn't even know how to operate Facebook. He's trying to figure out why he's not showing up in the comment section when you are the host.
Well, I don't like doing this stuff.
Oh my goodness, this man is staring into a camera, literally trying to figure out why he's not in the comment section when he's the actual host. Yeah, just I'm sorry, buddy. No, there's so many levels why. No, because again, preachers know how to set up. It's a digital age. They learn all that stuff. How to basically host servants and all that stuff. A lot of had to host servants when they had on the COVID and all that because people couldn't come to church. So they know how to do that, and they can learn that from their kids. Their kids can teach them that. It's very easy to do. It's a very easy option to set up. You don't have to be a tech junkie or something high. It's Facebook, for goodness sake. Just that little icon and boom, you live. That's it. That's all it takes. And this man is literally looking for himself in the comment section when he's the actual host. Oh, my goodness.
There I am. Here. Where am I at? I'm live. Why am I not showing up in the live?
So, wait, let me ask you a question. What does this have to do with church?
Can I type something? By the way,
So the check cashers, again, not a good sign when you're supposed to be talking about Christ, and we see you basically have all these things talking about the Lord and all this and so and so and so, and donate money to me, and now you're out on a bike riding around. On top of that, you don't even have a license to be no license whatsoever, no document at all, no background. The background check was done on him. Nothing came up. He's not what he says he is, and he's ripping people off. Yeah, that's going to stop real soon.
what are you doing? You know what you want? You know good well I didn't do that. You know good well I didn't do that. I was going to tell y'all to look at the mountain with Jesus, but I can't with the phone. Yeah, it is. That's what we use for the phone. I said the security guard, the female security guard kept looking at me. So I hit the phone in the helmet.
Nothing about Christ, nothing. That's what we're watching, looking at. Anything about the church? Nothing. So basically, the whole page on here has nothing to do with Jesus. It's just a bunch of donations asking you to donate money. There's nothing here about the church. There's nothing about hosting a servant. There's nothing here. It's just him riding around on an e-bike trying to lose weight. That's pretty much all it is. So, again, you're asking people to donate money to what? What are they donating money to? The e-bikes? Because that's what it kind of looks like from here. I don't see anything about any church services, anything whatsoever. So, Mr. Derrick, we know you're in public housing. So you know that, right? We know you're in Baltimore, Maryland. We know that already, right? So we'll be able to track down exactly where you're at. End of the holiday, we'll make the first step forward. Get these letters out, because we got these letters down here. So I'm get him ready, set up, and get these all taken in. Go. So you remember these, buddy, don't you? Remember these? Mind you, each one of these carry 20 years. Post office mail fraud. That's what you committed with these. Your fingerprints are sitting inside of these envelopes. None of them have been open at all. They're all sealed. Every single one of them are sealed. Never been open. Which means your fingerprints are sitting inside of here. Which means it does for your prints. It means your prints come up, right? All right then. So that means 20 years. That's what you're going to receive. So enjoy your e-bike. Enjoy your freedom, because soon you won't have it anymore. And if you sit there and say that you're not a man of God, you're not even close to it, not even at all whatsoever. You're the worst of the worst. You're basically a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what you are. You sit there and say that you're trying to usher people to be closer to God, and you're ripping people off. You're stealing from them. Both of your accounts are nothing about, all about stealing money. Look at this. You've got another name here, Derrick Franklin. And then you put down us, which now they're going to be digging into more people to figure out how many people are involved in your scam. Look at that, Reverend. That's abbreviation for Reverend Brother Derrick, asking you to donate money to his Cash App. Go over here to his PayPal. His PayPal account is asking for donations. Where are these donations going to? That's his PayPal account right there. On your site here, you have it acting like you're a preacher at the end of the day. Got a fake church behind the back of you. Look at the church. Nothing comes up on the church. Just hit the Google search on this. See what comes up in the lens search. Nothing. No, there's nothing matching this at all. Period. Nothing. Yeah. He's a fake. And it has the nerve to write up here. Read what it says on the caption right here. Go to read something for you there. This channel is dedicated to getting people to put God and Jesus first, and their life. So first in their life. And when they want to walk with God and Jesus, come worship with us. Where are they worshiping at? Where is the church at? All I see at the bottom is Cash Apps, PayPal, donations. And this link, basically going back to your Facebook page, doesn't say anything about worship. It just has a video pop up telling people this, that, and the other, and that's basically about it. And then you're asking for money again, and you're asking for money again. Every single video you shot, you are asking for money. And right here, you just told right here, yes, officially, I moved in. It says right here at the west side. So it's not going to be hard for you to track the agency down on the west side. The thing about it is, Mr. Williams, where you made your biggest mistake, your picture is all over everything. All we need is your picture, first and last name, and they can dig up exactly where you're at. Since we're going to be filing charges against you on this nonsense after the holidays, they'll go from there. And as agencies we're contacting that are actually going to take another step farther and contact whatever building or you're sitting in for your public housing and let them know that you're under investigation for impersonating the minister. You have it here, his face here, but it has Derrick, and now it's changed over to e-bike. At the bottom, it's asking for money again. Right there, requesting money. At the top again, same thing. Yes, I'm officially in. Come see what public housing really looks like. Asking for money again at the bottom. Right here, as the caption in the video, under Brother Derrick. See, the problem you have here, Mr. Williams, we got you red-handed, posing as a fake minister in a place in a red eye. We have over 1,000 emails of you contacting directly our company and harassing our company. We have letters of you constantly sending letters out to my mother, nasty letters out to my family members, people in the neighborhood around us. We have you committing crimes. That doesn't look like a preacher to me at the end of the day. And now, even worse, we have you taking money from people. Now, if anything I said right here, it was untrue, you could slap me with a lawsuit, but you can't because it's right there. It's right on your channel, everybody to see. Right here, he's talking about here. Same thing. Let's look how clean my place is. Now, he just recently did that video. You know why? Because, again, we talked about his, I'm pretty sure other people are brought up about his place being very, very filthy. And you got down there, public housing. Because that's where you're at right now, buddy. You're there right now, aren't you? You're still there right now, aren't you? So if you're still there now, that means we can get you. You're on record. You're on file. So they're going to remove you out of the building. That's definitely going to happen. But before that happens, we're going to make sure those agencies get a hold of you first for that whole fake preacher nonsense. And you can sit there and say at the end of the day, he's going to sit there, and this is what preachers do when they get caught. I'm sorry, he's not a preacher. We forgot he's a fake. This is what people do when they get caught. They want to blame the people who busted them. Oh, he's not a real Christian at the end of the day because he's so and so and so. I'm a Christian if I didn't say anything about it. If I allowed you to go on and continue to rip people off at the end of the day, I wouldn't be a real Christian. You think I'm going to side with you at the end of the day, Satan? Ain't going to happen. This is not being done, Mr. Williams, because you sat there and attacked my company. This is being done because I'm a man of God and you're fake. And I told before many times on camera, I said how I do not like fake Christians at the end of the day. I do not like people who go out there and lead people in the wrong direction. Fake preachers who rob and rip people off and get rich off other people suffer. You're exactly that person. So, this would be the time to get real with God. Because your life is going to be turned upside down. And you're going to get the option. Either you repent and follow Christ for real, or you can see the devil and you meet your demise. But until then, first thing after the holidays, we're following everything. And my buddy will contact and reach out and find exactly now where you're at, because you're public assistant and he should be able to find you in no time at all. Mind you, his job is to find deadbeat dads He's got so much information on you. You're an easy find. You can even track down the receipt where you bought your bike and what you paid for it with. So we'll be contacting PayPal, Cash App. Lawyers do that because, again, they can carry more weight than we can. And they'll present information that you're under an investigation for impersonating a minister and taking funds to a church that doesn't exist. Careful the words you speak out of your mouth. Call me up, screaming and yelling at me, telling me I'm a fake, I'm a robber, I'm stealing from people, all my products are fake. And here you are doing this nonsense. I can back my product up any day of the week, Williams. Any day of the week I can walk into any courtroom, any place, and back my products up 100%. Can you back up what you can do at the end of the day? Can you back up, do you have a doctorate, a master's degree? Can you back up, you have a church, that you're a real preacher at the end of the day, a real reverend, or you have who you call yourself today? Can you pack all that up? Well, if you can't, you're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. But Facebook's going to remove your page too on top of that. Going 2 e-bikes. So, where did this money come from? They're going to dig through this stuff. Yeah. They'll go back 10 years. They can go back 10, go 20 years. Audits are horrible. So, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. He took money from people. And if anybody glorifies this and says, oh, he was in the right, or you're in the right, posing as a preacher, it's worse. When you are a preacher, you do this. No. Yeah, they're both worse. Doesn't make a difference. They're both worse. This man's not even a preacher at all. He's a fake. Come worship with us. Where are you worshiping at? We got a house over there. From public assistance. Never on public assistance. It's a beautiful place, but it's for people at the end of the day that at least have the right to be there because they're doing something positive. They're trying to build a better part of their life and make it better. You don't need to be there. You're committing crimes while you're in that building. So you need to get out so somebody else can get in. Somebody who has the right to be there because you don't have the right to be there. To be in a place like that is a blessing. You know why? I told you, it's hard to get in there. Very hard to get in there. So, mother and her kids need to be where you're at right now. You're going to make sure you get removed out of there. And you don't need to be there. The fact that the Lord allowed you to get into that place and you turn around and do this to him, you deserve to be removed out of that building. Don't worry. Nice little 4x8 prison cell is going to fit you quite nicely. You'll be in there for a while. Thief. One of the biggest, the worst scammers of all scammers. I always say Jamie scams. He's worse than Jamie because he used God to make money. And I sat there and told you people at the end of the day that, you know, when you associate yourself with crooks, you become a crook. Jamie associated himself with this man. Rogers associated himself with this man. McAfee, all of them that followed Jamie at the day associate himself with this man. You're just as worse as he is because you know what he was doing and you continue to carry on with it. Showed you to have no respect for God whatsoever. One of y'all stepped to the side and said, you know what? I've done a lot of things, but I'm not doing that. Then that's going too far. I'm not following that guy at the end of the day. This man's wrong. Now, one of y'all did that. You always saw bent by hatred at the end of the day toward me, that you ignored that nonsense. Now you're going to be exposed in with it. Look, cause and self-reference. Multiple times we need a picture of this. As I'm basically identifying himself as a reverend and a minister at the same time. Go to court in front of that panel, and you sit there and say out of your mouth, and don't do it. Don't say that I've never identified myself as a. We got you saying this multiple times over and over. Claiming to be this person. Even your face up there in front of all kinds of stuff, donations and everything. So You gotta pay that money back, man, with interest. Let me see. I need a picture of this. Let me get one of his face next to it. That's better. That's the last picture at the bottom. Now, so you know, if you try to get rid of your account, it was already duplicated. Already came in and duplicated your whole account. It's not hard to do because, again, he ain't got much on it. And there's nothing there about church. Not a thing. That's why I told you at the end of the day, people, when we went in and asked them the first time, most people are going to come up and they're going to show their credentials. They're going to do it. Whether you're a cop, fire department, whatever you are, a school teacher, doesn't make a difference. If you're certified in it, whatever you're doing it, you're professional, you're going to show them paper. You're going to show that paper at the end of the day. He didn't show anything. He showed 3 videos of him at Burlington Coat Factory ranting and screaming at me. Now you can sit there and say, well, my donations could be for anything. No, your donations are right underneath of your video. Right there. People to Christ, having a walk with the Lord. Tell them to come worship with us. And then you put an app right here for them to buy from go in and give you money. Churches do donations. Blame that mess. What are you asking for money for? You don't have a church. You're not a preacher in any way whatsoever. So what are you asking for money for? Where's your church at? Any preacher at the end of the day, whether they be e-commerce, whether they be brick and mortar, whatever they're going to be, if they're going to say come worship with us, they're going to give their location. We're located at so and so and so. We're located here, so you can come into this church, or online business. E-commerce church. You can come in. These are the hours that we basically start broadcasting at. Oh, that's going to be there. Check out the schedule. The schedule right here. You have nothing there. All right, Mr. Williams. You better show some documents for the end of the holiday, or you're in a lot of trouble. The first thing we're going to reach out to over the west side, over in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm going to reach out to the Housing Public over there. Housing Public over there. We're going to have a nice little conversation with them with your picture and address. My company contacting them. So this is the part you don't understand. I'm not one person. You contacted my business, my company. So it'd be my company contacting another company, which has a lot of weight behind it. Showing that somebody in their building, this person was attacking my company over and over again in this building right here. Which means you have to put you on investigation. We also found on your YouTube channel that you're faking to be a minister. And that's under investigation. We have several organizations that are involved in investigating you. We'll make sure we get document numbers from each one of them so we can present them to the public housing, housing authority, I think it's public housing. Yeah, to send over to them, showing you are under investigation. And once we show those documents, the next stage is you're going to get a little letter in the mail telling you that you're under investigation and can't back it up. You're looking at eviction. Now, keep in mind the other agencies are going to request you to come into a panel. And this is where you're going to ask those questions. Where you went to school at, degree you acquired, how long you've been going to school for this, where's your church at, tax documents. I mean, it's all this up front. To prove that you are a preacher. Where's this money going to? You ain't got it. Bye-bye. Don't worry about investing in post office boxes. At the end of the day, the only thing I ship anything through them, it's against the law. All my stuff is registered. It comes in and out in the post office. This is nothing. That's not, you got it mixed up. When I committed a crime with the boxes, it means basically using one of those boxes to commit mail fraud. Like Jamie did. Or using one of their stamps. Think of one of the boxes. When you sent that letter over, right? It was posted with the United States Postal Service, right? A little stamp on it. That means you use their service, right? And if there's stamp is on it, that means you use a nice big postal service to send a package over here, or a letter, with the intentions of committing a crime, right? All right, then there you go. It doesn't have to be a box. Now, gentlemen, I thought I wasted enough time on this nonsense. After the holidays, we'll start the process again. You understand? I just want you to get a clear understanding. The reason why I come and tell you this is because I need you to get a clear understanding of what's about to happen to you. I want you to understand 100% when this pops off, when this happens to you, I want you to truly know why it's happening. I don't want you to think that I forgot about you. I don't want you to think for a split second that we don't have enough evidence to prosecute you. I want you to understand why and how it's happening. Now we're clear. All right then. After the holidays, we proceed on you, Mr. Williams. Fernando, you're being sued multiple times, so get ready for that. McAfee, we filed. As I told you before, already filed. FBI, identity theft, and contacted the bar on the other end, letting them know that, yeah, you're in part of an investigation because someone took your identity and used it to commit crimes against my company. All your information's been sent over, so they're probably going to file also, too. So, yeah, good luck on that one. We gave you an option, you didn't take it, so that's just you. Rogers, yeah, you're caught up in a lot of stuff. The company's going to court due to the fact that whole range gain nonsense. That's consumer fraud. That's a good 30 years right there by itself. You got to back that stuff up in court because we're challenging you in court. I'm challenging his company in court about the gain range. You got in a video, you claimed you had a product of mine, Phantom technology. You can't back that up. That's considered fraud. That's another 30 years and lawsuits behind that. And you know, see, stupid he did it today, and he's caught up in their nonsense. So that's even more stuff you got to go through. Boy, 2025 is going to be a jacked up year for some people. And Mr. McAfee, no McAfee, Mr. Matthews, yeah. I got 7 years to come after you. I just found that out. I'm coming for you. Hope you're not living in the same house. Hope you moved. You moved? I'll let it go. But if you didn't, you're still there, I'm coming for you. We had a long email conversation. Remember about that projector? I told you it wouldn't work. We had that conversation, right? All right then. I clearly told you it didn't work, and you did it anyway. Slandered my company. So, I might file fraud with you, but I'm going to sue you for a lot of money. A lot of money. And if you can't handle it, guess what? The house you're sitting in, I hope you don't own it, because it's going to go. Now, anyone else to sit there at the end of the day and say, oh, it's wrong for what you're doing? No, I'm doing this because it's right. Because I'm not going to let anybody come in and do the stuff that these people did to my company and let slide. I got a right to file charges. I got a right to throw people in jail. I got a right to sue people. If you feel at the end of the day that I don't have that right and I should allow people to walk over top of me because that's the way it should be, then go kick rocks and get the freak off my channel. All right, gotta go.